Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be trying out the cheapest 3D scanner that you can buy off of Amazon Marketplace. The link's going to be in the description, and it seems like there are quite a few good reviews out there, which who knows if those are true. So we're going to try it out on some larger things like the fuel tank area in the Charger wagon, and then I'm going to try it on some smaller things like the grills for the Charger wagon because I want to remake those. I also want to 3D scan the wing for the Charger wagon, but let's get to it. So first thing you want to do is go into the software. You're going to go to settings. I have it on Wi-Fi mode, and to make this work with your phone, you can't plug it directly in. So they send you a little power bank, and you're using the power from the power bank to power the 3D scanner. And then I have it wireless, so it's connected wirelessly, and we have accuracy, high accuracy scan. The scan mode, I'm using markers. I tried feature and it just went very horribly. I'll try it really quick, and we could do, you know, texture, the color. I'm not really worried about color since I'm just reverse engineering stuff. It could be in black and white for all I care. But let's go back to home, and we're gonna go to scan, new scan. And as you can see, it wants to connect your scanner. You just hit OK, and then you can see if you're too far away, it says too far. It's going to be kind of hard doing it with one-handed, but you can see all the markers on there. And we're going to hit, I can't do it with this hand, but I'm going to hit start. So it counts down, and let's see. So we're good, good, going good. Keep going, come on. Up. See, this is a problem I continue to have on just scanning without the markers. So as you can see, it's just doesn't know where it's at. It just goes in like this Nautilus circle, which is weird because it's using the X, Y, and Z axis off the phone. So I don't know why it's going like a million miles away from where it's currently positioned. So I'm going to stop this scan. Look at this. It's just going, look at that. It just keeps going crazy. So I'm going to go back into settings. We're going to come in here, go back to scan mode, and we're going to go to marker. Try marker out. Go back to home, new scan. We got the scanner in there. See, now it sees all those little markers as red points, which is nice. It says it's too far away. Good. So I might have to add more markers. See, as you can see, there's only 3, and that's going to be an issue. So let's add more markers to this thing and try it from there. Now I have twice as many points on the wing, and I've used high-end 3D scanners before, like the Ferro laser scanner. I was certified through Polyworks, and I've never had to put targets on something that I 3D scanned. So already this is kind of getting to the point where you're going to have to spend, you know, they're not that expensive, but each time you stick targets on, obviously I'm not going to be able to pull these sticky targets off and then reuse them. So you're going to have that extra cost in these little targets. It's not a great cost depending on what you're scanning. If you're scanning something large like this or larger like a car, I mean, you're going to have 5 of these in the frame while you're scanning it, and that's going to end up being thousands and thousands of targets if you're doing like a door of a car. So let's try this one more time with this, and we're still using target mode. Now we're excellent. It looks like we have about 5 targets per. I'm going to hit start, and we're going to see if she does the wandering thing again. Okay, so it sees the targets, sees 5. We're good. Good, got the back of the wing. Up. It like caught itself off those back targets, but I'm not even over to those targets. So now it's thinking that I'm over here when I'm actually looking over to the center of the wing. And I'm still in the good. So now it's mistrack. So I keep having this issue with this scanner where it keeps forgetting where it's at, which is very frustrating, especially if you're trying to do something large, because now if I hit stop, we're going to hit complete, and then I'm going to look at this scan. So I have like a bunch of erroneous information that's not even going to do me any good, as you can see, because it goes through like the plane. This piece, which is over here, is actually underneath. It's just awful. So far we are going to, let's see if we can. We're going to try to fuse points together. Fusion complete. And it's still the same. It didn't do anything. So so far it's not, to me it's not seeming like it's doing its job very accurately, because you can't even get a scan. So let's try this one more time. And it wants to connect every time. We're still using the tracking dots. Maybe I'll start off in the center. I feel like there's enough tracking dots. Yeah, it's seeing 5, even at good. It's seeing, yeah, exactly 5. Still, yeah, like 7. So let's try it from the center out, and hopefully it works better. Which I still don't understand why it's going crazy and going off into the middle of the world, because it has the X, Y, and Z axis off the phone. The phone is literally connected to this right now, and it's using it. So let's hit play and try it again. Okay, we're still in good, and she's already doing it. Already doing it. I don't understand why it's doing this. 20th time I've tried this, we have 5 tracking dots, and it literally just goes wherever it wants. It doesn't even track off them. Like if I go slowly, still doesn't work. Like it's just like doing whatever it wants. It's not even like scanning the wing. Like what is it doing? Like where did I didn't even move. Like I'm not even moving. Like watch this. We're gonna restart this. I'm literally gonna sit here in excellent and not move. I'm not even moving. I'm not even moving. So I think that this is not going to work. I think I need to just buy a different 3D scan. I tried to scan the wing as well as one of the Charger front grills, and I'm running into the same exact problem. I went outside and tried to scan the fuel tank area with feature mode because I don't have any more tracking dots. Ran into the same exact problem. It was actually working somewhat better. I almost started to get somewhere, and then it just started to go off like it does into the middle of nowhere, and it just is doesn't work. I mean, I've seen people use these online. I've literally just watched a video, tried everything that they did. I tried the turntable, and I don't know if it's just this thing, when it got shipped it got messed up, or maybe it's just a defective one, but it just is like the X, Y, and Z. There must be like a you know, positioning in this thing when you move it so it knows, and maybe it's just bad. It just literally goes off way far off of like wherever you are, and then it says it loses tracking, and then you can't. It's just a nightmare. I would just recommend, instead of spending the $800 on this, I would recommend just buying, you know, they haven't tried it yet. I've only used Faro's very expensive laser scanners, but you know, I've been looking into other scanners. So anything that's under probably $5,000 is just gonna give you a headache. Amazing precision of 0.02 millimeter. I highly doubt that. I can't even get something small to scan. Like this dude's trying to scan a skeleton. Yeah, right. Yeah, Not happening. Compatible with design software. How's it compatible with SolidWorks? It doesn't even, it only exports into, it says it exports out to all of these, but it only exports out to like STL and object files. Accessories for more scenarios. Handheld stabilizer. Smooth scanning without stalling. I wonder if it's just because it's not on a stabilization. I'm going to try something really quick to see if I make like a stationary kind of thing that'll scan better. I came home so I could download the software onto my computer and actually use something where it's directly connected with a USB cable instead of going wirelessly. I think the wireless part of it just kind of confuses it, and that's why it loses tracking. But I just tried to scan this grill for the charger because I want to redesign them, and it's too black. So a lot of people said that you can pretty much just use either like foot spray or baby powder. I'm going to try this, put it on there. Hopefully it actually sees it. I tried scanning that grill over there, and yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it's going for, but that doesn't look like a grill. Tried to scan the wing and it doesn't track at all. It just loses tracking continuously. It doesn't know where it's at. It really, I don't know how they use these things. I feel like what's going on is these companies are paying people to promote this product and show that they like work, and I've seen people use them and it looks like they work, but I've used 3D scanners before, and this thing, I don't know how you would ever get it to scan anything because it just won't stay in a consistent pattern. It starts to veer off all the time. And then also when you're going, if I just kind of go like this with my wrist, it will literally instantly lose tracking. So I think what they need to do, and I'm going to send this back because it obviously doesn't work as it says it does. So, and probably get a better 3D scanner. But I think what the issue is there's like a G sensor in here, and as you go, it sees that motion, or your hand isn't always 100% still, and then it just ends up making it go off into oblivion. And I think if they got rid of that, it would solve quite a few issues. I don't know why they would have it in there anyway, since it's not connected to like a ferro arm or something like that where you have X, Y, and Z axis. So I'm going to end the video here. My thoughts on this is I wouldn't recommend buying it. I tried one of the grills on the turntable and it did the same thing. It wouldn't pick it up. It just kept and continued to lose tracking and then do random stuff like this. It would just kind of go off into the screen, and watch this. I'll show you right now. So we'll come down here, and I'm going to be at a decent distance. You can see it up there, and we're going to come up, and it has plenty of features right here. And see it now, it starts to lose tracking and it's jumping over. And now it's jumping over more, which it shouldn't be doing that because it can see the part. And now it's veering off even more and more. It's not going as fast as, it's going faster than I'm moving it. And if I start to come back, it's actually coming back this time, which is nice. But now, see, it's losing tracking, and it's going, it thinks it's all the way over here in the center when we're all the way back here. So, and then watch this. I'm gonna flick my wrist. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it lose tracking really quick. Try to get my wrist flicking this so you can see it. I don't know if I can. So I'm gonna flick my wrist, and it just goes crazy, even though it's still in the same spot. So if you just go like this, watch. It actually, that time worked. See, now it's just going crazy and spiraling out of control. And now we're off into the middle of nowhere, which the data doesn't even matter anymore because it's just so bad. So I think, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this back. I talked to a company. They said that I could rent a 3D scanner from them, or I might just end up taking the pieces that I need to get scanned up to a metrology place and just get them scanned, and then just worry about getting a 3D scanner later on down the road, because I do want to get one, but I don't want to end up, you know, going from this $800 one that doesn't work and then purchase like a $15,000 one and have similar issues, because I actually looked at some comments on some other 3D scanners that are around like $10,000 to $15,000, and they say that they have similar issues to this. They're a little bit better, but if you know, if I'm spending that kind of money, I want the product to work. And the weird thing is, by now, 3D scanners in this technology has been out for the past almost like 10 to 15 years. You would think that for $800, because all it is a camera, some IR sensors, you think you would be able to get a really good scanner for $800. But it just doesn't make sense why they've been out for so long, and they're not very difficult to make, other than the programming and the software is the biggest thing, that they haven't come further and they haven't gotten any cheaper. I mean, they're literally the same amount. This is like 10 years ago, they were like $150,000 for like a ferro arm with a laser scanner, and they still are. So yeah, so I wouldn't recommend this 3D scanner. It is cheap, but it doesn't work. So I'm gonna end the video here. If you like these videos, make sure to click the subscribe button, thumbs up, throw a comment below. As always, see you guys next time.